Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go through some of the steps that I take before engaging in Yoga Nidra practice. I do this to better prepare myself for it, giving myself the tools to maximize my practice and my experience. The most important part is the practice itself, so if I find that I do not have the time, the space or the equipment for it, I just focus on the practice and leave the rest for another time. I don't have a particular time during the day when I do Yoga Nidra. It really depends on what I want out of the practice. If I want it for energizing, grounding, connecting with myself, or calming, I do it early in the morning. If I want it for deeper sleep, healing, tapping on my spiritual self, or winding down, I'll do it at night. It's really all about one's intention. One thing I'll make sure is not to be hungry or too full, because we are lying down and being still for some time. This can really make a difference. I'll eat something small like a date and sip a little bit of water beforehand. In this video, I'll be focusing on my morning practice, which usually takes place an hour after waking up. I begin by going on YouTube or Google Podcasts and finding the session that calls to me. There is an abundance of classes that you can choose from. I usually look at the title and the timestamp. So browse and shop around for the right voice, background music, and Nidra script that resonates with you. I recommend to do your practice indoors, as outside noise, light, and temperature are all very unpredictable and can distract you. In my Yoga Nidra space, I make sure to close the windows, close the door, and turn off my phone. Once I have done that, I focus on my space. I gather my yoga mat, yoga blocks, 2 pillows, a blanket, a glass of water, my journal, and a pen, tissues, my humidifier, essential oils, and a candle. I will apply the essential oils on my wrist, light and turn on anything I'll be using, and then jump on my mat. I do not always use everything, but I like to have it handy just in case. You do not have to use a candle, essential oils, or a humidifier. Some people find the smell and sound distracting, so it is up to you. I have a glass of water, my journal, and a pen next to me because after my session I like to journal and hydrate. I have a box of tissues just in case anything comes up during the session or after and I feel like crying. If I cry during the session, I do not wipe the tears away. However, sometimes because I'm lying down, they river down and into my ear, so I'll use a tissue. That sensation is already a distraction, so it's not a problem to use the tissue and then continue with the practice. You can also place a pillow or yoga blocks at the lowest level under your knees to reduce stress on your knees. I like to stretch my body before lying down so I can get any knots or kinks out. It is recommended that before you do Yoga Nidra, you do a short asana practice. This is so you can physically feel the shift from tension to relaxation. The most common pose before Savasana, corpse pose, is boat pose to get you into a deeper state of release in Savasana. I do a quick round of sun salutations if I have the time and end it with boat pose. If I don't have time, I only do boat pose. Either way, I hold it for 10 seconds and slowly release by transitioning to Shavasana. Just before I get into boat pose, I will place a pillow on the back of the mat and have my blanket close by. Our body temperature drops a little during Yoga Nidra due to our lack of movement, so using a blanket before starting the session ensures that the change in temperature does not take us away from our practice. If you do not have a blanket, just use anything at hand, and if it's too small, just use it to cover your feet. Once in Shavasana, I will rearrange myself to find the most comfortable position possible. I will place a pillow under my knees, cover myself with a blanket, and sigh. And that's it. It seems like a lot of steps and preparation, but once you do this several times, it becomes second nature. You do not have to do everything or anything. to actually take part in a Yoga Nidra session. Like I said at the beginning, I recommend it and encourage it because these steps are there for a reason and they have helped me. However, the most important part is the practice itself. So if you find that you're putting off the practice because of these steps, just jump to the session itself. In time, you can start incorporating any steps that serve you and your practice. I hope this was helpful. Enjoy your practice and see you in another video. I'll be posting more videos this year, so keep an eye out for them. Please leave any recommendations in the comment section below and have a lovely week. Bye bye.